To talk about 3D, 4D, 5D, they think it's a place that you're going. It's not. It's like a level of consciousness. And the level of consciousness they vary. Sometimes very greatly. So, for instance, 3D is where we all were over the last, most of us, I'm going to say majority of people were in 3D over the last 15 to 20 years. So that's the place where we're at, where we believe our government, we believe the news, we believe that life is go to school, get married, go to school, graduate, go to college, or go to trade school. Then we get married, have kids, buy a house, white picket fence, retire, rinse and repeat, and then just die out. We believe the news. I said that. We believe the government. We believe in pharmaceutical drugs. We believe that everything is great. We believe we do what our governments say. We shun anyone who thinks outside the box. We are in a state of division, black against white, Republicans against Democrats, football games, entertainment. Entertainment is the big thing. We look up to our entertainment idols. TV is a big thing. Music is a big thing. And we are entrenched in those things, and we don't question. We don't look outside the box. We don't do any of that. It's just like, this is just the way that life is, and I'm just going to live it. I just want to be normal. I just want to, I'm just going to do those things. I'm going to live life like it's supposed to be, like it was written, like I was told to do it, like my mother did it. I'm going to stay in tradition. I'm going to celebrate all the holidays. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to be in religion. I'm going to do all these different things that are normal. Okay. I believe that 4D came in, or we started questioning things once 9/11 happened. And there were many people who were conscious before that happened, but that was just like the thing that woke a lot of people up. So 4D is, we question things. Like, was 9/11 really real? Is our government fucking with us? And you start to ask questions. You start to maybe believe that there's something more. Like, maybe you're not being told everything. You start to see the lies that you've been told. You start to think that maybe there is something else out there. Maybe there is more than just that drink, eat, shit process. Maybe there's more. And you begin to search for truth. Or you begin to search for things that are outside the norm. And you may begin to tell others about it. And you may begin to incorporate these beliefs. And you may begin to say no to things that the government wants you to do or take. You begin to find a different way. You begin to work outside of the lines of 3D. And you begin to understand more about spirituality. You understand and learn more about religion and where it came from. Some people go into commit, some people go into witchcraft, some people go into Ifa, some people go into lots of other non-traditional type of religions or belief systems. Some people go into New Age type of spirituality, some people go into spirituality. So it's a lot of different ways that people go, but they no longer are following the norms of society. There's something different, there's a different way, and something's just not right with the way that we've been brought up and the way that we've been taught. Think about that. This level of 4D is that we're still in a place of duality, yes or no, good and bad, red and blue, white hat, black hat, well, white hat, cue, ball, those types of things. America, Russia, war. There's still a lot of division right there. Still a lot of division that is within 4D. And then you kind of get to 5D. And 5D is where you come into neutrality. You become the observer. You kind of look around and you say, you know what, I don't choose either. I don't have to make a choice. I can create my own path. It's not black or white, it's gray. It's the walking the gray path. And it's creating the life. It's creating the world that you want to see. And it's forging your own way. 5D releases division, so we no longer into racism. We're no longer into division. We're no longer into politics. We don't vote. We don't put things in our body that's detrimental to us. We don't, we think of things in a more conscious fashion, and we don't judge people for what they do, for what they believe, for where they are. It's a much freer place to be because it's all in what you choose to bring into your reality. Okay, so so like if I can go and give an example of 3D in our current situation. So the current happenings with the two countries that are far away. 3D. They're looking at the news. Oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God, we have to do something. What can we do to help? Oh my God, this is just... did you hear what the news said? The news said this and the news said that, and this country is bad. They're bad, bad, bad. They're just so bad. And that's kind of like your 3D. They might say too, our gas prices are going up because this is what war does. Oh no, and then we have to do something, and let's give to the Ukraine, to the victim countries. Let's give to their cause. Let's send clothes. Let's do this. Let's do that. Where 4D is like, this country and this country. This country has always been the bad guy. Why is that? This country has never done this, or that. This country has historically done this. And this other country has had this person involved. This presidential person has had headquarters there. This has happened and this has happened. And let me do some research and see. Aha! The boogeyman is not the big R person. The boogeyman is A, the person we didn't expect, the person who we totally didn't expect. The boogeyman is real, but he's not who the news say he is. That's 4D. And so, although you don't believe the narrative of 3D, you look into the conspiracy or the lies, and you form a side, and you get on a side, or you buy into the duality, the viewpoint of the duality. The one that you've researched and have looked so deeply into, but it's still duality. Now 5D is basically going to be like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. Okay. I'm going to choose not to get myself emotionally invested in any of this. This happens every 20 years. This happens, and, this also happens as a result. So I'm expecting for inflation to come up. I'm expecting for this. I'm expecting for that. But I'm good because I know that I'm taken care of. I know that I'm abundant. I know that, I'm just not going to give my attention to that. I'm not going to play into... I'm not going to give my energy to it. I'm not going to build what they want me to build to create and to further their narrative. So I'm just observing. I'm just observing, and I'm going to live my life, and I'm still going to create what it is I want to have in my life. So they can be doing all of that over there, but I'm still going to be consciously creating the life that I feel I want. Yes, prices are high. Yes, vegetables are, the shelves are empty. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and grow my own vegetables. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and stock up on certain things because there might be a shortage of a certain thing when a certain time comes. So I'm going to stock up on that. I'm going to, maybe I'll go ahead and move to another area that's more beneficial for me. So I'm going to create the circumstances that I want to be in so that I don't have to be in the direct line of what is playing out. And even if I'm not able to, I know within that I am safe. I know within that I'm going to make it through this. This is just like this thing that happened in history. And I'm just choosing not to focus on that. So those are some of the differences that I see relating to 3, 4, and 5D. And I think that Many people are moving into the 4D, which is necessary because coming into the truth and knowledge is necessary and needed in order to kind of take in your spirit that you've been lied to for a long, long, long time. So you need to sit into 4D for a while. You need to sit in and take in. You need to process the anger and the hurt and the betrayal that you feel. And you need to work through the hurt and anger and betrayal that you feel. Not only on the world stage, but in your own personal life. So as you're in 4D and you're working on yourself and the world betrayal, and you're clearing those things and healing those things and understanding and accepting, your heart begins to open up. Your heart begins to allow forgiveness. Your heart begins to expand as you're doing this self-work. And as you're doing this self-work and your heart is expanding, you're beginning to see something more. 5D starts to come into the view. And a whole paradigm shift comes into your mind. But you got to do the work. You do have to do the work. A whole paradigm shift comes in that lets you know that this is not all there is. There's so much more. Like, we're getting into the good part. We're getting into the juicy part. Come on and be a part of this. Like, come on, what do you see? What would you like to do as far as work? Well, how would you like to see your work take place? Isn't it great to not have to be in an office anymore? Isn't it great to not have to travel and be in traffic all day? Isn't it great to be able to order everything you need and have someone deliver it to you? Like, as we go deeper into 5D, things become easier. Options become greater. Like, we really don't have to really work with pharmaceuticals for every single thing. We don't really have to work with doctors for every single thing. There are other ways, other methods, other things that are coming into our field. And that's on every single level of life. So, like, yeah, like moving into 5D is like a beautiful thing. It just opens up so much more. And that's where I want to be. Because I am a person who is into creation, and I'm into expansion, and I'm into just I want bigger things for everybody. I want expansion. I want beautiful spirituality. I want those things. And so that is why I've changed the channel. I've changed my channel to more of a 5D channel. Every now and then little 4D creeps up on me. I'm like, yeah, look at this conspiracy. Look at this shit right here. Okay, that's the reason. Because sometimes I want to know the reason why. Like, why are they doing this? And then I have to drop down to 4D. Or, I'm not going to say I'm in a 5D. Because it's like a creep up. But I'm constantly training my mind to create what I want. And I'm constantly training my mind not to become entrenched into the bullshit that's happening around me. So I'm constantly on a upscale, going up. But every now and then I'll be like, let me look at this. Let me research. Let me information to see what's going on. But I think that's good and that's healthy because we all want to know why. We all want to kind of understand the reasons behind some things. But just, don't get stuck there. I mean, even going to 3D, like, because all these different levels of consciousness are available to us, we can go in between each one and come back. So we just don't get stuck in 3 or 4D. If we're going to get stuck in one of the levels of consciousness, let it be the 5D consciousness that we get stuck in. And then you'll be pissing people off because you're always too fucking happy. Okay? You always got your rose-colored glasses on, taken from a Pisces. I know this, right? So that's it. And that's why I changed the channel. That's why I changed the name of the channel. And that's what I'll be talking about and discussing. Things like that. Also, I have some information coming in about sex and sexuality, so I'm going to be speaking on that because I know that the community doesn't talk about that at all, barely. But guess what? I'm going to talk about it a lot because that's my lane and I'm going to step in it. So again, if this resonates with you, like, share, subscribe, and I thank you very much for your time today. Have a great one.